Hello Ali Pallies and welcome back to my channel. Now I've just finished doing a live stream and I wanted to do an introduction to my introduction about this. So I'm about to review, amongst other things, all Anastasia Beverly Hills, but one of them is the Anastasia Palette, which is called Riviera. Now before I do that, I just need to give you all a warning that 3 of the shadows in this palette are not FDA approved, and there is a warning on the back of the palette that says Bahamas, Palm and Cans are not intended for use around the immediate eye area. Now some people say that's because it's staining, but there are some other thoughts that the reason that it's not FDA approved is that it can cause problems with the eye. Now I'm just putting that at the beginning because one, to just warn you anyway, in case you were considering to buy the palette. But also, I only discovered this after I did this video, and I am actually using 3 of these eyeshadow shades in my tutorial. So I did ask everybody on my live stream, and they said put the video out anyway. I was going to kind of rush through it so you could see what I was doing on fast speed, but people want me to release it as it is. But just to warn you which colours they are. So the colours are this very bright neon pink, the purple and the brown. Those are the ones that they say to avoid. I have to say, in terms of staining, that my eyes were not stained this morning. But if you are concerned about staining, then what I would do is make sure that you put on a very good primer or concealer before you apply the eyeshadow. But please have a look for yourself in terms of the other warnings around the eyes. And obviously it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to take that risk. I have decided that I do. I've used them before. I've used the Jeffree Star palette, which is the same thing, but it really is entirely up to you. But I hope you enjoy this video and you enjoy my tutorial, whether or not you decide to try and do that, copy that look or not. Okay. As for previous first impression videos, a timestamp index of all the products used will be put in a pinned comment underneath after this video is uploaded, so that you can skip to what you want to skip to. Thanks for watching, and hello my Ali Pallies and welcome back to my channel. Now if you were watching my video yesterday, you'll know that I kind of filmed this on the same day. So I've actually just applied my Laura Mercier new foundation. So my base is all on. If you want to see details of that, have a look at yesterday's video, first impressions of Laura Mercier foundation. But now I'm going to show you some other new products. I've been a naughty girl. But I had to try, I really wanted to try the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Gel. Okay, in a wand. Tried it last night. Again, things came late. I'll tell you all about the delivery on my live on Wednesday. You don't want to hear it now, and it'll bring you back on Wednesday. But things came late, so I tried it all out, but it was a bit, the light was too bad to show you guys and do it last night. So that is one of the things that I got. I got the new Riviera Palette, which I'm going to use today. And I got the new loose highlighter because I was intrigued. I thought, I wonder why people haven't done more loose highlighters. We'll find out, shall we? And the other thing is nothing to do with Anastasia Beverly Hills, but I do want to show you this, which is the 101 ointment in rose gold. It's absolutely stunning. So before I start, I will show you that. But because I've got those 3 items from Anastasia Beverly Hills on Cult Beauty, I was sent a free gift. And I've got 3 other things. So there's in this set is a clear brow gel, which will also be interesting to try at some point. And there is a liquid lipstick in the shade Ashton, which is a kind of browny pink shade, really lovely. And then a lip gloss that kind of goes with it in Toffee. So I may see, we'll see what look I use today. I haven't decided what I'm going to do, but we'll see what look I'm going to do. And I may actually use those lipsticks. And then I just wanted to show you this. This is lovely. And I know that I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. I get a lot of use out of all my Lanolips 101. I've got a couple of them. I've got the original and I've got the Cocoa Nutter one. But this one here is a special edition in rose gold. And it looks stunning. I'm going to put some on because I can wipe it off before I put my lipstick on so that you can see. You can use this on your cheeks and your lips. You can use it on your eyes if you want. You know, pigment is pigment. But let me just swatch you a little bit of this on my hand so that you can see how beautiful it is. Let me just put you a little bit on the finger as well. Can you see it's got a lovely golden tinge to it? And if I put some on my lips, it is just stunning. So when my lips are dry and I'm out and about, and maybe I haven't put a lot of makeup on, that is going to be a staple in my handbag. Really moisturising. Pure lanolin, 97% pure lanolin. So the 3% is the tint. And you can put this on your cheeks. I won't do that now, just in case it doesn't go with the lips. I can wipe this off my lips, but not off my cheeks. But you can dab this onto your cheeks. And I think you can see it just leaves a gorgeous tint. But it's got a gold undertone to it. It's not just red. Really pretty and looks lovely on the lips. And of course, incredibly moisturising. So I'm very, very happy with that. And you can get that from Cult Beauty. Okay, I was looking everywhere for it and then I saw it on Cult Beauty. And it is a special edition. I don't know how long it's out for. They do bring out special editions, Lanolips. It's not like all the other makeup companies at the moment seem to be bringing out limited editions to get people to buy things. But they do bring out different kind of versions of. So this is available at the moment on Cult Beauty and it's called Rose Gold. It will last you forever. Anyway, back to Anastasia, and I will put in a timeline on here so that you don't have to hear all about Lanolips if you don't want to. And let's get going with showing you this palette. Ali Pallies. Thanks for watching. Let's get swatching. Okay, so here is the new Riviera palette. And it's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 shades. And they are more spring-like. So, you know, Charlotte's palette that she's just brought out, the Icon palette, is beautiful. And I think we can all agree to that. But I think one of the things that people were saying was it was a bit odd because they weren't really exactly spring colours. Whereas I think we can safely say that these make you feel in the mood for spring. Okay, so lots of lovely colours and lots of ideas to try. And a really good brush in there. I always think Anastasia's brushes are quite decent and very good for blending. So that's the palette. I'm going to do you some swatches and then we shall get on with doing a look with this. So, first of all, I will work my way along this way and then this way, all right? So first of all, we have Sails, which is a matte highlighter. So one for putting on under your brow bone, but it's not going to shimmer. But very handy to have, or you can also use it to completely neutralise. So if, like me, you've got olive skin, and when you put blue on, it always ends up looking green because of your yellow undertone. If you use that as a base on your lid, then it's going to make the blue look bluer and stop it from changing colour. Little tip there for you. Okay, so the next one along, so the top, apart from that, all the top shades are your shimmers. So we have Yacht, which is the next one along. And you can see that's a browny gold. It's very nice. And then we have Seychelles, which is a blue, kind of ocean blue, sky blue. Then we have Palermo, which is quite a bright pink. Can you see though at the edges of it, when you turn, the edges of it almost look a little bit brown, more brown or orange. It kind of can reflect. That's what I love about these, reflect different colours a little bit. So next up we have Seaside. Oops, sorry about that. I had a bit of the pink left on the side of my hand. So that's Seaside. Ignore the pink there. And now Seaside is quite unusual because in the pan it looks grey, and that's not because of the pink. It does come out with a bit of a lilac undertone to it. So it's grey with a lilac undertone. And then we have Inheritance, which is a very, very yellow amber gold. Look at that. Very yellow. And then the last one in the top row is Mediterranean, which is here. And that one, again, I would say has got a little bit of purple, not lilac-y purple, but sort of bluey purple. And it kind of reflects a bit of pink as well. And it's beautiful. Okay. All right, and then I'll show you the matte shades, and I'll put those swatches in between here, a picture of those swatches. Okay, so the bottom line are all your mattes, and beautiful mattes as well. So the first one is Estate, which is really good for a transition. It's sort of a salmony pink, but can be used as a transition because it's quite kind of skin colour, depending on obviously your shade of skin. All right, and then we have Cabana, which is a mustard yellow, sort of quite a dirty yellow, mustardy yellow. And then we have Coastline, which is a sort of terracotta orange. Actually, it looks more terracotta in the pan than when I put it on my arm. Then we have Bahamas, which is a bright cerise pink. Now, Bahamas is one of those shadows I was telling you about, and is a pure pigment. Look at that. And you know, sometimes in some palettes, the mattes never swatch quite the same as the shimmers. You can't say that about this palette. And then Monte Carlo, which is a more toned down pink. And then you have Cannes, which is a purple. Cannes is also a pure pigment. I can't resist my purples. And then last is Palm, which is a dark brown. This is the last pure pigment. very good for lining the eyes or tucking into the corner so that you can build up the, mixing it with, what I did yesterday when I was trying it out is I mixed that with this purple to just make it more intense in the corner. So you can, it's very good for doing that. Just reminding you that the palette says that you shouldn't put it near your eyes. So I actually recorded this before I discovered that. Okay, so those are all the swatches. And again, I will put some pictures here. Okay, so before we begin this look, I'm going to show you the next product, which is the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade Gel. Very exciting, and I can't wait. I did try this yesterday, and spoiler alert, I'm very happy with it. Now, anyone that's got Dipbrow Pomade knows what a great product it is. But you do have to paint it on, and for some people that can be quite tricky. If you have got thinning brows and you want something simple to use, this is the must do. Now it will, I did see Wayne Goss's review last night because I wanted to ask him a question. It will thicken your brows. And I got my normal shade, which can look quite severe because it does such a good job at thickening them that it actually looks quite severe when you've finished. And my question that I actually asked Wayne, I don't think he's replied or anyone else, normally he doesn't, but normally hopefully somebody else does, was whether or not you can get two shades and kind of mix them up. But you'll see what I mean. I'm going to apply this and show you how simple it is. It is absolutely wonderful, and I am considering getting it in another shade. Now I got this in Ebony, which is what I've got my Dipbrow Pomade in, which is a kind of nearly black shade. It's not the darkest one they do. Just excuse me a minute because I've got hair tickling the end of my nose again, and I keep doing that, so I'm going to come off camera and I'll come straight back. Okay, so anyone that's bought Dipbrow Pomade will know that there's a lot of colours to choose from. Now, what I'm thinking is that I might get a slightly lighter shade and use that from here to here and then start merging in the darker shade on the outer edge. But I'm going to show you also how it looks a bit severe. It's still tickling this nose, so excuse me, guys. It looks a bit severe when you put it on because it is very thickening, but I've got the knack of how to do it without, basically how to make it look less severe. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words a lot today. I'm going to do this brow, and you'll see it's very thick. It feels like the consistency almost of Dipbrow Pomade when you start to brush it on. But you literally just go in and sweep it up. Now, the brow brush is not as little as Charlotte's one. So you may find it starts picking up hairs that you really don't want it to pick up. And go in with a light hand because you can always add more to it. But I think you're going to see how easy this is to do your brows. It's just fantastic, and it blows all my other brow products out the window. And then doing the tail, just sweep it down like that, just get the tip and you're done. Now obviously I've got a little bit of gel around the sides, but I can go and tidy that up in a second. And here I want to go really lightly. Now on the Anastasia Beverly Hills tutorial, they go in with the Dipbrow and use that to put in the end hairs, which you can do, but I think this is so easy that I don't want to be getting out another product at the moment. Just want to show you this. So there you go, it's done as I'm talking to you. I might want to clean this bit up, which I can do. I have got a little smudge tool, which I will get. 1 second. So I've got one of these little smudge tools, which I'll just go in and sweep that away. I can clean that up with some concealer. So that's the brow done. Now, if you're thinking, oh no, that's too severe, don't worry, don't panic, because you let it dry down as I've just done, and then you take a spoolie brush, and actually this makes it look more natural anyway. And then I brush it through. And once you brushed it through, it just looks like you spent ages on your brows. So I highly, highly recommend this. This is up there with the MAC brow pen. In fact, I think that's a brilliant combination. This and the pen, if you want to draw in some lines, is perfect. Look at that brow. And then you can just go in with, I've got my little concealer pen from the Benefit, which is what I did yesterday. And then just go in around the side and clean it up. If you want to carve out your brows. Not everyone likes to do that, but it just tidies it up. And this pen is just a smidgen too light, especially with this foundation, because the foundation is quite yellow toned and this is quite pink toned. But there you are. Once you put the highlighter under the brow, it's just fantastic. Great thing. I'll just do the other one so that you can see. Now, I'm not pressing very hard, guys. You can if you want. If you've got very thin brows and it's just a bit of fluff left, then by all means press a bit harder. But I did that yesterday and it came out far too severe on me. So depending on how thick your brows are is how much you want to kind of press and comb through those hairs. Now here, I definitely press a bit harder because that's where my brows are thinning quite a bit. See? But it also, the thing about this is it, because of the formula, it actually sets them into place as well. You really feel like they're not going to move once you've teased them round where you want them to be. Okay. And then I just go in with this spoolie brush. I probably should have let it dry a bit more. And brush it through. You don't have to do this step, but I just found, for me, it just made it look a little bit more natural by doing that. You may, as I've done, need to clean up a little bit when you start brushing it through, you can see that, and a little bit goes on the skin above. But nothing a concealer can't fix. And actually what I'm going to do, just to show you, because that Benefit pen is too pink and it kind of looked a bit too unnatural, but you can just take a normal concealer like my Estee Lauder one and just put a bit of that over the top and then blend that in. You can either use your finger or you can use a cotton bud. See, that's a better colour for me. Now, my brows have always been like that. A very different shape. This one tends to be thicker there, and this one doesn't. It drives me mad. But once I get my eyeshadow on, you don't notice it as much. But at the moment, you're going to say, they're odd. Also, one of my eyes is more hooded than the other. But that is the Benefit Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Gel. And I love it. I really, really love it. And I think you will too. Just be careful about what shade you pick. And I think I will probably go down a shade. Even though Ebony looked fine with the actual dip brow that I used, I think because this is so thickening, I could either do with going a shade down or just taking a shade down this side and this side and then having the darker one at the end. And I think that would look nice. Okay, so that definitely a must buy. I think all of you are going to love it, especially if you've got sparse brows and you want to thicken them up. Right, let's get going with a look using the new Riviera palette, shall we? Okay, I'm going to put the pictures in between again. First of all, I'm going in with Estate, which is that salmon pink. And I'm just going to put that over my eyes, like so. Just to kind of neutralise. I've already done that with concealer, but you can also use this as a transition shade, which I did yesterday. But as it's quite light, I'm just using it as a neutraliser. Okay, and then I'm going to go in, I'm going to have a think. Just bear with me a second. Okay, I've decided. So I'm going to put Monte Carlo in the crease, like so. So this is the more muted pink of the two pinks. As you can see, it's still a very pretty pink, but it's not quite as bright as the Cerisi one. And I'm just using the brush that came with the palette because I quite like it. And it's very good for blending. And the other side. Right, next up, I'm going for it. I'm going to use the Bahamas shade. And this is the Very Bright Cerise Pink. And I'm going to put this over my lids. And then I'm going to go in with Cans, which is the purple. And I'm going to tuck that in at the side, just here. And then taking a clean blending brush, I am going to blend that out. Other side. And I'm going to take that purple underneath. Okay, and then I'm just going to intensify by putting a little bit of the brown into the crease as well. Just to intensify the hood. Nearly dropped the brush. I haven't finished with the lid yet, so don't have no fear. But then I'm just going to go in with a State, just at the top, just to blend out that purple. Can you see how well it helps you to blend it out to nothing? Takes all those lines away. Just need to give this a little bit more of a blend. It's better. Now, I'm not leaving my lid like that. If you wanted an all matte look and you got some black eyeliner on, that would work fine. But I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm now going in with Mediterranean, which is this shimmer shade at the end. And with my finger, I'm going to pop it over the pink. Okay, and then just to have a bit more of a drop shadow, I'm going to take a little bit of Seychelles, just a little bit, and I'm going to take that under here so that you've got a lighter blue as a drop shadow. I love playing with colours. Okay, and then with my fingertip, I'm just going to take the white and use that up here to highlight my lid, and here. And then I'm going to clean up the sides very quickly. Okay, sides cleaned up. I'm going to go in now with some Bobbi Brown black gel eyeliner on the top and some coal black eyeliner on the inner waterline, and some mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, you could use a pink blush, but I tend to think the eyes are quite bright, and I don't want to detract from them, and I think it can get a bit too much. So I'm going to go in with First Love, because I think that will work. I think First Love goes with everything. So this is Charlotte Tilbury's Cheek to Cheek blush, and it's just a very nice peachy tone. When in doubt, it will work with anything. And also, I wanted to try a little bit, just a little bit, of the Anastasia highlighter to show you. Now, the highlighter comes in 4 shades. There was one that I really liked the look of, but it was sold out. But it is for darker skins, and I'm kind of medium. So I didn't wait for that one to come in. I thought I'd get this one. And this one is called, let me see the shade. It's called Loose Metallic Powder Highlighter for Intense Luminosity. And I just get it out of the box. Okay, so I did want to try this new highlighter. Now, I saw another one that I liked the look of, but it was out of stock. And anyway, it was for darker skins, and I thought this one was very good. I didn't really want a silver toned one. I'm just going to put a bit of this on because I suspect it's going to be quite pigmented. So this is called So Hollywood Loose Highlighter, and this comes in 3 shades, I believe. So one is a silvery shade, then there's a gold shade, and then there's kind of darker, sort of more rosy pink gold, which was the one that I had my eye on. But this one also looks lovely, and it kind of reminded me, the swatch that was on the picture reminded me a little bit of the Anastasia highlighter that she brought out last year that everyone went nuts for. And you know, I've forgotten the name again, so I'll put it on voiceover. Here. That was Amrezy highlighter. Right, so I'm just shaking some of this. So it comes in a pot with a little shaker. I've taken the sticker off now. I was keeping it on a little bit because I didn't want it to go everywhere. And I'm just tapping some into the lid. And then I'm going to take my setting brush by Real Techniques. And I'm going to go a bit carefully and put some of this on my cheeks. And the other side. I've put a tiny amount on, an absolute tiny amount, and it's lovely. And it's not too glittery either. I was a bit worried that it might be a little bit too much, but actually you can afford to build this up. That's because I was being cautious. Very pretty indeed. So let me just finger swatch that for you so that you can see what it looks like. And there it is. Very, very pretty indeed. Let me just put a little bit on my fingers, my little finger. And I'll pop some of that. A little bit in there. Okay. And a bit over my lip area. Just a little bit. Like so. Okay, I quite like this lip balm to go with the look, but I will put on one of Anastasia's lipsticks that I got for free because I do think it will work with this. You don't have to put a pink on your lips just because you put a pink on your eyes. So I'm just going to take this off and I'll be right back. Okay, so first off, I'm going to go in with this lipstick, which is called Ashton. It's very pretty. And then I'm going to put the lip gloss over the top, which is called Toffee. So that is the look using all the Anastasia products. I hope you've enjoyed today's look, and if you have any questions about the products, do let me know. Obviously, I've covered a lot of new products today, and I may well have missed out loads of things that you wanted to ask. So do leave your comments underneath, and I will be putting some timestamps so that you can go back and check the bits that you want to check and not have to wade through everything. Timestamps will be in the comments section. So I hope you've enjoyed today, and hopefully I'll see you live tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Sorry, I say tomorrow, Saturday, I should say, at 1 o'clock. So if you're looking at this in the morning, check on YouTube at 1 o'clock because I'll try and join you live for a quick Saturday live. Okay, take care. Thanks for watching, Ali Pallies. See you very soon.